The good news is this. If you pay attention structurally to what I just said in the first 10 minutes, got about 50 words out so far. You pay attention. That's a lot of hope for you. Because if I can do what I've done with all the limitations that I've just put before you, then all of you guys who are perfect and flawless, no problem. And if you speak really fast, it can work. If you're tall and gangly, it can work. If you are a person who has wacky ideas, you can turn some of those wacky ideas not just into millions, but billions of dollars. I'll give you one example here. A couple days ago when we're in Galveston, my son, who's 6, bought this book, Encyclopedia of Animals. Now this book is all pictures of snakes and lizards and crocodiles, reptiles, mammals, and cats and cheetahs and raccoons and so on. It is about it's actually over 500 pages. It's full color, and the price for this was $12.99. Now, every month, by mail, for $2 more than this costs, Frank gets 10 5x7 cards of animals. Cards. Not a book. Cards. It's called Wild and Wacky Creatures. And it's a continuity program. And if you doubt me, you can look them up at imp-usa.com. And they sent him an offer by the mail with a bunch of free cards in it, and an offer and a sales letter and so on. And I had just returned from a speaking engagement in Atlanta. I was the headliner at Dan Kennedy's and Bill Glazer's Info Marketing Boot Camp. And they did something with me they don't do with any other speakers. First of all, they gave me no time limit, which was nice, because I have a very bad ability to track time once I'm speaking, because I don't say much, and I'm paying attention to the pauses. There's a lot of pregnancy in those pauses. Oh. And came back. Before I came back, coming back right now. It's out of my body there for a second. That pregnant pause took me right out. So anyway, it's a Zen Master thing. I'll show you some other time. I didn't quite expect it right now, and I'll get through it. So Dan Kennedy introduces me, and he says, this is kind of one of these presentations that I kind of have to just wash my hands of it and leave the room and disclaim all responsibility for whatever happens from here on out. So, with no further ado, my friend, but this was at the end of about a 10-minute introduction, which was too short. I was thinking 15, 20 minutes, go over something really good that I did. But anyway, I got up, and I talked, and took a break after about an hour, and then talked some more. And the only reason I took a break was because I was selling something, and they needed time to buy it and talk and all this kind of stuff, and then came back on and talked some more, et cetera, et cetera. So A few days later, I come back to my home in Iowa, and it's about 1 o'clock in the morning, and sitting on the counter in our kitchen are these cards, these 5x7 full-color cards of wild and wacky creatures. And my son got up when I got home, and he told me that he had put some money on the counter to buy them. He put $4 cash. He says it's $39.98 for this. Can you help me get them? I said, yeah, I'll take a look at it. So he went back to sleep. And you love it when you see a young kid excited. Every one of us is the same. There's a kid inside of us. And we tend to lose that. But coming to seminars like this is an opportunity to let the kid out again. And don't slap him down and tell him he can't do this and he can't do that. And so every opportunity I have to help my kids, I do it. So I walked out of my son's bedroom and I grabbed this offer and I started to read it. And I realized that there is no $39.95 that needs to be paid. That they sent these cards, this initial set, free to get his attention. And all I have to do is remove the blue stamp from the whatever, see if I have one, and put it on this circle here, and send this thing in, and they'll send me another set free. And they'll send a box for all these cards to go into. And they'll send a little handheld radio. And they'll also send him some trading card size cards of the same 5x7 card. Wow. A value of $39.95. Don't send any money now. So I filled in the thing and I sent it in. Meanwhile, I start looking on their website and I noticed they had more than wild and wacky creatures. They had sea creatures, just dolphins and everything from the sea. Then they had cooking recipes. And they had sewing, this type of pattern, cards on that. Then they had all kinds. Here. So, but they had about 9 or 10 of these different continuity programs at $14.95 a month after you send in and get free. They get you that way, right? Entice with free, now we got you. Now, they send the box, but there's room for like 500 cards in the box. And nature abhors a vacuum. You see? Abhors a vacuum. So you get 10 cards and you put them in there, and guess how the cards are numbered? 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9. Oh, 36, 91, 133, 296. Now they didn't send me a manual explaining this, right? You have to study it and figure it out. You have to slow everything down, take out the microscope, and look, and look, and look, and look, and look, until you've got every detail down. And when you think you got every detail down, you look some more.